Golem, take him for a walk, Golem. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do, because it is the official Hobbit premiere day, and of course, we are running a mono black Golem, my precious goblin, just all kind of evil black stuff. I call it the deep, dark death. This is going to be a really fun gain and drain, aggressive card that uses graveyard strategies, sacrifice, all that good stuff. Before we get down into it, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe, which is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you for not liking this video and subscribing to the Jay Villain channel today and becoming a villain yourself. So go ahead and help us out right there. I'm going to tell you all about this mono black deck. A lot of stuff we already know. Greedy Freebooter, 1 black. Hey, listen, we need him, and there's a specific reason. He generates tokens, okay? He generates treasure tokens, which help us ramp, but also we have a unique trick when we sacrifice treasure tokens nowadays. So he's great sacrifice fodder. He's a good thing to reanimate and gets the treasure tokens for more life loss. We also are going to be running plenty of removal because of the way the meta is currently. Reckoning Hex for a little bit of life gain, possibly Blight and Sacrifice in all one go if we want, and destroying some of the early ones. Used to be able to pop out Badger Moles with this, but hey, there's no Badger Moles anymore, am I right? They're all gone. So hey, we still can blast out some other ramp and kill some of those really annoying smaller creature cards right there. For more removal, I'm going to go with Bitter Triumph. I don't mind discarding cards. It's actually pretty easy with some of the aggro cards that we do have in the graveyard that we can get there, or losing the life. It's fine. We will gain some life there. I also needed to run Nowhere to Run. You have to need to run Nowhere to Run, 1 black and 1 flash, -3/-3. And the reason is creatures don't get hexproof and ward abilities don't trigger. Everyone is running Sheltered by Ghost right now, and hexproof and ward and stuff like that. They're trying to blow up all your stuff, and they're trying to stop you from blowing up any of theirs. So Nowhere to Run was actually really necessary for this particular deck, just to add that extra bit of punch right here. Killing creatures is also a main strategy because we do have Sephiroth, who is going to benefit from all that death and destruction. So those are going to be your basic ones, okay? So those are going to be your basic familiar things like removal. Now our aggro package. Before we get to the new stuff, we are going to run the Bloodghast, 2 black, 2/1, can't block. It has haste as long as we have 10 or less life. We want to get our opponents down to that 10 or less life quickly so we can always swing in and get them with the Bloodghaster right here, Vampire Spirit. And of course, whenever when land enters and we hit landfall, you can return this card from our graveyard to the battlefield. That's going to be super useful. We also want things leaving our graveyard on a consistent basis because that also enables our Crooked Way as we go. So keep those 2 in mind right there. We do want graveyard returnal. Timeline Crawler, which is a time-traveling donut, 2 black and 2/2 haste. You may cast this card from your graveyard using its warp ability. So not only can we warp it in for 1 black and pay 2 life and swing in for 2 haste, we don't mind doing that if we guarantee that we're going to get them down to the point. We'll take the 2 damage if we give them 2 damage, because I think we're going to do more altogether. Great little sacrifice fodder right here too, because it can always come back from the graveyard and it always has haste. So you're always putting pressure on your opponent, and even if they play removal to get rid of these guys, they're sweeping the board, they're trying to keep you off of them. You have the benefit of that you are constantly putting pressure on them and making them have to play those removals as we go. Speaking of vampires, we're also going to do Vengeful Blood Witch. We are going to benefit from a lot of removal and a lot of death in this one, sacrificing. This gain and drain is going to be a huge aspect of that to just ping out our opponent a little bit more. I'm only going to do 3 of him, Vampire Warlock, 1 black and 1, whenever another creature, or this one dies, target opponent loses 1 and you gain 1. Great to stack on there. So now let's talk about some of the new cards. Let me tell you how good Golem the Abandoned is. This is such a good card. I had this on my top 10 list, and I am not disappointed. 1 black and 1 2/2 legendary creature, Halfling Horror. He cannot block. He's a 2/2. Whenever he enters, he exiles up to 1 card from the target opponent's graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life. So instantly, he is a 2 life, eat something out of the graveyard. All right. which is really good for your reanimator decks, even your lesson deck that benefits from having a lot of lessons in the graveyard. He eats them up. Then, if he dies, so he's great to sacrifice too, right? You could sacrifice him to any kind of thing that you wanted to do, or discard him, with sacrifice him to Sephiroth, or Precious, or any one of those things, which is thematically cool if you use Precious to sacrifice Golem the Abandoned. You sacrifice another artifact or a creature, you return this card from the graveyard to your hand, activate as a sorcery. And again, we have a lot of things leaving the graveyard again and again and again, which is going to go for Crooked Way, as we talked about right there. So not only that, you can replay him, pay 2, sacrifice something, return him. If you have something like Timeline Crawler going in, you swing in and he's going to warp away on the next turn, sacrifice him. Whatever, who cares? If you have Bloodghast and you have another land in your hand, attack with him, sacrifice him, bring Golem back, and keep replaying him again and again and again to just keep hitting that 2 life on your opponent. Get their life down. That's the whole point right here. Just rip it down. We're also going to go with the Sackville Bagginses. Oh, some evil halflings. Look at that. 1 black and 1 2/2 legendary creature, halfling citizen. Whenever the Sackville Bagginses enters, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you draw a card and create a treasure token. I wasn't sold on this at first. I realize how dangerous it is right now, and it's best friends with Sephiroth as it goes. So you love sacrificing. You attack with any of your creatures that can come back, or even Golem. You sacrifice them, draw a card, and create a treasure token. Here's what's fun about that. Even with Greedy Freebooter, okay? Because this is kind of like Deadly Dispute and that gas. Remember the gas that would generate a treasure in Deadly Dispute? If you do Greedy Freebooter on 1, Sackville Baggins is on 2, you sack this one, you're going to get 2 treasures immediately, and you're going to draw a card. Here's the fun part. Whenever you sacrifice a token, target opponent loses 1 life. So the more treasure that you spend, the more life your opponent loses, okay? Very, very cool stuff right there. So the more you sacrifice tokens, the more your opponent loses life. Really, really cool. How do we generate more tokens? Well, we have a lot of treasure we can generate. We can also keep bringing these treasures back. We can keep bringing our sacrifice fodder back. We're going to talk about that. And then re-sacrificing again, and we have other ways to generate other tokens. My precious. 3, artifact, colorless. Equipped creature has hexproof and cannot be blocked. Very useful for an aggressive card, especially a haster, where you put it down, immediately attach it, and swing in to guarantee that 2 or 3 damage goes across. You have to pay life to go in. It is very useful. However, I am really using it for the allure of power, and then having my precious in the cut right there. So instant as the additional cost, sacrifice a creature, and then you get to draw 2 cards. There are some better draw cards, but you don't get that ring attached. So I'm throwing one of these in there just for flavor reasons as we go. Great to sacrifice. You know, you sacrifice Golem the Abandoned, you draw 2 cards, boom, no issues. And you can do any other number of things right there, and then later on put the precious down, and you'll have protection on there. So the last new card we're going to add is Crooked Way. Actually, I might add 3 of these. If you wanted to take one out of like maybe 1 less Sackville or 1 less Golem and do Crooked Way, honestly, it's pretty good. I was very happy with this card right here. 1 black and 2, whenever this enchantment enters, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And again, you get to reanimate a card, bring somebody back to your hand. You have a lot of cheap stuff here. Bring back the Greedy Freebooter to sacrifice again, the Golem, or another Sackville or something like that. And whenever a creature leaves your graveyard during your turn, you amass 1 Goblins. This also goes really well with Bloodghast. You have Timeline Crawler and Bloodghast, you bring back Bloodghast and Crawler, you get to amass twice. You get a 2/2 Goblins. Then, of course, Goblins and Orcs you control gain Menace, so they can sneak in. You have a lot of aggression right there. Not only that, you have a token that you can sacrifice, which goes for Sackville Bagginses. So if you want to sacrifice another token, meaning your token army right there, your Goblin army token, you'll have that opportunity as well, which will cause more life loss, and of course might reanimate some other stuff along the way as well. So Along the Crooked Way was a very, very fun enchantment to drop on 3 to keep things flowing out of the graveyard back again, out of the graveyard back again, and building up every single turn. If I'm bringing something out of the graveyard, I'm adding a 1/1 Orc or a 1/1 Goblin army that is great for blocking and everything else like that, and sacrifice fodder as we go. Of course, we're going to finish off with Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, 1 black and 2, one of my favorite cards. 3/3 Human Avatar Soldier. Whenever he attacks or enters, you sacrifice a creature, draw a card, and whenever anything dies, target opponent lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. If you do it 4 times, you hit the Supernova, and 1 Winged Angel starts playing, Advent Children starts playing, and it goes freaking nuts. You get the emblem right there. Again, Going in, sacrificing, hitting, and causing all kinds of death, destruction, and mayhem is only going to feed the gain and drain as it goes. Everything is fueled by death. Everything is fueled by darkness, as we like it right there. Aggressive, dangerous, keep the pressure on your opponent, and you will be victorious. 2 Realm of Codes, just for the heck of it. You can create little tokens, and 21 manas altogether. We look at the stats right here. 27 creatures, humans, avatars, citizens, halfling, horrors, warlocks, vampires. 6 instants, 1 artifact, 4 enchantments, 23 lands at a 2.0 average. That's what I had a lot of success with. It is a very hard meta right now, guys. Do not be surprised when this is a very, very tough meta. It is really rough out there. Post bans and Hobbit now, it is tough. Lively Dirge for more Reanimator, Arch Enemy's Charm for a little bit of bring back, and Exile. Maybe another Precious for funsies. You might need board wipes in the form of Withering Curse, Deadly Cover-Up, or Villainous Wrath. Any one of those might be good, or Day of the Black Sun might also be good. I think the biggest thing we might be lacking is a board wipe when somebody goes really wide. It is hard to target everything at once. We also have a win con in these, because if we load the board with like Vengeful and Sephiroth, and we have like 5 or 6 creatures on the board, we can just blow up ourselves. And, you know, 5 creatures and losing 2 life for each one, we're going to kill our opponent like that anyway. So we could do a one of our sneaky outs of blowing up the board and draining it that way. So if you want to see more Hobbit decks, we are going to be running all kind of Hobbit decks, Smaug, Dwarves, Elves, all kind of stuff. Twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Both of those places we go live. So hit that bell, be notified when we go live or we post any new decks. You don't want to miss them. Part of that elite notification squad, you can help join right there. Check out our Discord in case you want to post your decks or ask questions or get help. Copy this is going to be down below on my AetherHub and my Moxfield in case you want to copy. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Love to hear from you. Like the video. Let's get into it. Deep, dark Hobbit death. Your best bet. We're almost at 100 likes, folks. Can you even believe that? Yasudar. Yausdar. Boom. Yeah, they have we have 1 troll card in here. Iron Crag. This is This is Ugin Ramp. Literal troll deck. Verdict Core. You trying to get to Ugin? Withering Curse. Boom. We're beating people's ass with this deck. There's Ugin. That was nonsense. We beat an Ugin deck with fucking mono black, which is pretty good. Low-key Golem fucking hurts people, man. The famous Buggyman. Let's do this. Boom, boom. Buggyman, 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 Buggyman. Yeah, occasionally I know what I'm doing, so that's the trick. The trick is to sometimes know what you're doing. That's the main trick that you can figure out. Boom. Death to our enemies. Down to 11. Treasure. Down to 4. Okay, not bad. Thor got a thunder. That ain't gonna help, bro. Broski, Brotato Chip. That ain't gonna fucking help. Gone down in the street like a dog. gunned down in the street like a dog. There you go. Okay, let's do it, folks. Optimistic Scavenger. Ooh, and here's me with no fucking removal. That's the problem right there. If you don't kill this right away, if you don't have removal for these decks, then you die instantly. You just instantly fucking die. It's terrible. He's probably going to say creature. Enchantment. Jennifer Walters. Okay. Hey, what's up, Mull? He's gonna go in. Okay, very good. Legendary hero. How you doing, Mulligan? When are you gonna run your stream? By the way, guys, check out Mulligan Menace. Great streamer. Let's push you in. Timeline crawler, very nice. End turn. Very nice. Alright, so we got a good amount of blockers here. That gets double strike. We're wearing him down pretty good. He can't flip Gen. That would be a problem. What video are you working on first there, Mull? This. We're gonna do this. Smaug Dragon video. I like it. Goblin and Orcs gain menace until the end of turn. Got him. Got him. Ooh, I think we're onto something here, folks. This was my backup. I enjoy it. We were starting to dial in wolves. I don't think that we would have ended up in the worst position with wolves, but I think we were in a little bit of a bad spot with them. Okay, do that. Says Chocobo. Actually, believe it or not, can't get those. Not allowed. Golem abandon. Boom, bop. Eat up card. Boom. Zishu buff. Draw Sackville. Boom. Exiles. Bristly Bale. Drew too many Sackville Bagginses, but we'll take it out on him, don't worry. He said good game. He said it's over with. He said Mossberg pump, you don't even know. He said with Mossberg pump, you don't even know, bro. Yeah, he's probably got it. We missed it by 1. Which is a real shame. First loss, missed it by 1 there. Bristlyville. Yeah. Missed it by 1 point. We would have had another treasure token and we would have been able to pop them out. Just this guy. Samurai Peppa. I know I can do better with this deck. I know it's the matchups, but we're going to see what we can do here. I like going first with this one, too. I think we're onto something with this, at the very least. We're doing way better than we were with Wolves. Okay, 1 mana and we're golden. 1 mana and we're golden here. If not, we have a better play. Hey, what's up, Chilaub? Chilaub. Uh-oh. Boom. We'll wait and pop that out until he loads up. What do I suggest you deck? What do you like, man? Golem is graveyard hate and life loss, and it comes back from the graveyard, too. It reanimates. Okay. 1 mana, that's all we need here, folks. 1 mana, and we're good to go. I don't know if it'll happen, but... No, I don't ever try to set complete. I save up for about 5 weeks, so I have about 50. I had about 55,000 coins. Then all I did was I buy the big pre-order, the $50 pre-order that's 50 packs, and that's all I did. That's really all I did. I don't spend that much money on this game. I mostly grind. I buy $50 when the new set comes out. That's about the only money I spend on the game. 99% of the time. That's the only money I really spend on the game. Double block. Got him. It helps, yeah. If you've been doing it, the thing is if, you know, the standard being so long is I get a lot of extra packs from the... It doesn't appear that they're having any achievements. I think that was something special they did because of the Marvel set. I think that they had a glut of Marvel cards and they needed to get rid of them. So, you know... Oh, fuck it. I'm not doing Goblin deck today, man. It's not happening. Unfortunately. It's not happening. Goblin deck is a no-go. Thank you, Texas. He'll probably do another Deceit, I would imagine. Seraphine Illy. Welcome to the show. No, that was the first time that they had ever done that. Deceit again. Wonderful. Okay. Got for me here, man. Boom. Soulstone Sanctuary, Vigilance. Strap bet. Very nice. Strap bet number 2. Boom. All right, what you got, man? What you got? What you got? What you got? Esconfeld. Got him. There we go. Back in it. We are at a 55% win rate with this deck, by the way. We're not doing terrible with it. I do eventually want to do goblins. I don't want to do goblins right away. I want to do some, because I already did the preview goblin deck, you know. Let's do this. Oof, okay. Red or black? Okay. He's got removal in here. I know he wants to use it. I know he wants to fucking use it. Alright, let's put damage on his ass. Let's put some damage on his ass. Ah, Abzan. Furdot Core. This is not good for home team right now. Nope. Watch this. Ate his ass up. Ate his ass up. I shouldn't say that. Num num action? What do you mean num num action? Alright, we gotta get his life down quick like. We have a lot of removal, which we may be able to deal with, we may be able to deal with a lot of his bullshit if we do this. Aunt May. Okay. Boom. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't fucking play Sheltered. We might have to take some of these out and put Hexfin. We might have to put Nowhere to Run in because, my god, we're getting fucked off by Sheltered by Ghost a million times. Hinterland Sacrificer. Okay. Slow dive. Burn. Take it easy. No attacks. We'll wait. Yeah, the only way we're beating this deck is if we go fucking, is if we have board wipes. That's the only way we're beating this shit. This is the only way we're going to consistently beat life gain, because they just put down cheap creatures over and over again. We got to sweep them. Wolves did not work, man. Wolves absolutely did not work at all. Dwarves, we're going to do it all. We're going to do dragons. Don't fret about it. It's going to get there. It's going to get there. Don't even worry. Just all you got to do, relax, subscribe, and turn the notifications on. You will get a fine selection of everything. I guarantee it. I guarantee that you will see every deck possibly. Another life gain. Okay, very good. We're getting them down. It's going all right. I'm enjoying this mono black. Boof. Okay. And turn. I'm sure there are. Right now, we're in a real rough spot. I think Dragons probably has the potential, because Dragons are going to run that sweeper, man. Dragons are going to run that sweeper, so we are going to get some beefy hits off on those Dragons. Some real juicy, beefy hits. Real beefers, you know? My precious. Push. That's gonna be it, I think. Ruin Lurker Bat. Gain. Guided by the Light, Halaya. We're gonna do this. My precious. Lose, lose. There you go. I see a red deck and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. With flowers and my love both never to come back. That's my favorite song of all time, by the way. It just came out, Gob or the Stones. I like Gob or Stones. Also, the red paintings is good. There's a lot of good covers of that song. Origins of Spider-Man. And we got Nowhere to Run coming up. Boom. That'll happen. You get Gob and Sum 41 together, they're going to run out of beer. It'll happen. Okay. Double strike until the end of turn. Skyward Spider. Scry 1. Oof. Alright, we're gonna need something besides mana here, folks. We're really gonna need something besides mana here. Sephiroth. Got him. Ooh, okay. All right. Getting in there. Getting in there. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why they might not be doing. Nobody might be running anything. Could be the power. Could be that they're scared. Could be a lot of different things. Okay, green. Bump. Oof. Sackville. Okay. Hellcat. Nice. Okay, good. Do you think Grand and the enchantment that pops up at the JDN will be less now? I still got JDN. I don't think that JDN is going anywhere. I think JDN is too powerful to ever really go anywhere. I think it's too strong to ever really discount as a non-compete. Do you know what I mean? Might have a fucking protection for that. Thank you for weirdness to 11. Okay. Gonna go in. Ooh, okay. Push him down to 2. Alright. I don't think he can kill me here. I don't think he can do 18 right now. Innkeeper's Talent. I think he may be dead on his feet. Yeah, he's dead on his feet. Ooh, good hit, good hit. Unfortunately. Golem, take him for a walk, Golem. Well, we came up with a pretty brutal deck pretty quickly. Mono Black has a surprisingly a lot of new, interesting, and fun tools for you right here. I like this one. Sacrifice, death, destruction, graveyard, everything black, everything terrible. You know you like it. You know you love it. Yeah, what more can I say? We're doing good. It's maybe not reinventing the black wheel, but it's doing well.